When a student enters the Find Your B Pharmacy under the Pharmacy Council of India, the students have got two semesters, that is the seventh semester and the eighth semester. Under seventh semester, there is a program called Practice School. It has been observed that without proper idea of practice school, students are finding it difficulty in taking up into the real practice. So I feel this particular presentation will support and help students to understand in a better way to deal with this practice school. Before the discussion about the practice score, it will be wise enough if we can personalize some of the technical terms used in practice score. For example, domain. What is this domain? These domain are the broad area of research investigated for this particular practice school. So domain depends on various departments. Each department can have several domains, but one guide can have only one domain under which several students can be practiced this particular practice school. And module is a subtitle, a subtopic, a segregated segment of each domain. So under each domain, there could be several modules. And a specialized subject or a program is called course. And under eighth semester, there are 9 optional subjects, which we call it as the elective course. There is no need of discussing eighth semester right now under practice school, but still, when you are doing certain things in practice school, if you can ensure that it could be connected to the eighth semester project work or something like that, it will be helpful and beneficial for you, because 1 year you are going to be there in the final year B Pharmacy. School. What is this school? School is the concept of educational system which covers together domain and several modules which comes under each domain. So that is the school. It is the system of conceptual system which comprises of both domain and module. And ultimately, practice school is the holistic approach what our PCA has recommended with specific guidelines, seeking a link to enhance the skill development of students. Now let's discuss in detail about the program of practice school. As I told earlier, in final year B Pharmacy, under Pharmacy Council of India, we have 2 semesters, 7th semester and 8th semester. In 7th semester, we have 4 subjects, out of which 3 theory subjects are available. That is industrial pharmacy, pharmacy practice, and novel drug delivery system, NDDS. We have exclusively theoretical subjects. And analysis, instrumental methods of analysis, we have both theory and practicals available. Now, practice school is also mentioned in 7th semester, which is having 12 hours and 6 credited points also. So 12 hours per week we have to exclusively spend for practice school. We learn too much of theory, but unless and otherwise we make it as a practice, in practice, we will not be able to find out a way out professionally. So that is very important. And with this aim of improving our skills, both technical as well as the soft skills, the Pharmacy Council of India has come out with a beautiful idea of practice school. So let's make use of this particular program. Let's discuss on the significance of practice school. When compared to the yearly system, yearly syllabus of the Pharmacy Council of India syllabus on B Pharmacy, a lot of theory was pulled. In contradictory we have the present semester system, which is having the practice school, where there is a chance for the students and the faculty members to think and act out of box. So practice school makes us to think differently in a critical thinking, positive thinking, and we can develop our skills both technically as well as soft skills development. And also, how many instruments in the existing college we have handled? That is the first question we have to ask about ourselves. The instruments and apparatus what is available in our college may be fundamental, maybe it's a base model, but without focusing and personalizing the base model, we may not be able to properly handle a high end which is available in the company or a hospital. It is something like straight away we can't fly a Boeing aircraft. To fly a Boeing aircraft, we have to understand how to fly a base model of an aircraft. The main objective of practice school is to personalize students about the future. In future, what they are going to, whether they have to work in a hospital or a pharmaceutical industry, if that is their option, and accordingly when they are getting trained under B Pharmacy itself, they have to gain the knowledge so that by the time when they join a future hospital or a company, it will be easy for them to take up the project work or the skills. So it's a kind of simulating their future in the existing college. In practice school, students will get a lot of opportunities for exploring their future. That means there are a lot of flexibilities. The 12 hours per week they have in their hands. Wisely they can invest, because it is the guide and the students together, they are going to frame the syllabus. What they are going to do, they are going to decide, because under each domain there could be different modules, and these modules, who is going to prepare? It is the student themselves, along with the support of the supervisor, that is the guide, and familiarize them with the industrial setup. By that, the students will gain a lot of confidence, they gain a lot of knowledge, skills, and ultimately they can do better than other students. Students get corporate learning and education under the guidance of several experts, because guide will have a lot of tie-ups. Along with them, they can have their ideas can be transferred, and industry and institution can have a tie-up. Students have an overall global awareness, and they can have an opportunity to think out of box. This enhances their employability. Presently, what India is facing is not unemployment, it is unemployability. We are not able to find out the right person for the right job. So, in PCI is strongly recommending, that is on the 7th semester, you can opt one domain which comprises of total 150 hours, and at the end, whatever you have gained knowledge, you will have a lot of data which you have to convert it into a hard copy, which should not exceed 25 pages, and you have to submit in triplicate, 3 copies you have to submit. Knowledge and skills will be evaluated by subject experts at the college level. That is, it is a non-university program. Now, what we need to focus on is mainly how we convert the theory into practice, and also we have to enhance, augment the students' professional etiquettes. So it is not just the books and the syllabus, it should be more than that. For example, if they have to go outside the college, get into the community and society and extract some data, that can be done, or they can visit some pharmacies and go for a market survey. So they have to submit certain reports which is time bound, and identify the area of interest in their professional future. Because if a student wants to work in a pharmaceutical industry in future in production, then definitely they have to take such kind of domain, widen professional networks, and enrich a curiosity in exploring new ideas. At school, under seventh semester, we have 4 compulsory subjects and 1 practice school, which is having 12 hours per week. Now, to determine the progress of the practice school, definitely there will be a monitoring system, probably from the department wise, or again, there could be a committee, separate committee, maybe a program committee exclusively for the practice school. Periodically, we can conduct seminars and presentations and find out at what stage you are. There are some guidelines on the practice schools from the basic experience from various faculty members. It is out of the resource persons are should be within the institution. That is, your guide should be within the college, and definitely that will be already arranged by the college authorities. But understand the college facilities, what instruments and apparatus is available in the various laboratories. And even when we say about the facilities, we have to understand even the facilities includes the resource persons also. Availability of the resource persons also is very important. Then comes the instruments, various instruments, apparatus, various softwares which we can utilize. Now, to determine the progress of the practice school, definitely there will be a monitoring system, probably from the department wise, or again, there could be a committee, separate committee, maybe a program committee exclusively for the practice school. Periodically, we can conduct seminars and presentations and find out at what stage you are. These guidelines could support you in a better way while performing the practice school. For example, the identifying the resource person is not an issue because a guide will be already given to you. But in addition to guide, with the permission of the guide, you can approach any department, because the purpose of practice school is to widen your knowledge. So it can be interdependent, interdepartmental. It can be interdepartmental. As much as possible, you try to collaborate with even other departments and expand your knowledge. But again, there should be a parent department, there should be a parent guide, official guide who is going to support you. And within the domain, within the modules, we can have an interaction. Another thing is that first of all, you try to maximum utilize the college facilities, which includes the research laboratories, normal laboratories, library, even the resource persons also. And as much as possible, you try to familiarize with the instruments. For example, percolation, extraction units, tablet punching machine, HPTLC, UV spectra, and pharmacological instruments, even softwares also. The software, some of the softwares, interesting softwares include, the several instruments are coming with software packages. Try to personalize those softwares. And iGEM dock and this for the molecular docking, and AutoDock, then ChemSketch for the drawing the several structures, chemical structures, Lexicon for the pharmacy practice, XFarm for the pharmacology. Even nothing wrong in considering the existing library software. So there are several ways which we can find out how we can expand our horizons of knowledge. Understand the developmental stage of the program, and by these you will be perfectly equipped for the practice. Now ultimately the question is how to perform. So a guide, a supervisor have been already provided, and each department can identify first of all various domains. Departmental meeting, HODs can have a departmental meeting and can go for several domains so that there won't be any conflict of interest or there won't be any overlaps. A student guide meeting will enhance students to think better and get their idea and modify those ideas. Practically, we have to implement those ideas. Students can also contribute their ideas in any meetings. And then ultimately, we have to find out what is the final goal. That is what matters. First, we have to find out what we are going to find out ultimately. It has to be noted that one supervisor can have multiple batches, but in a batch, there should be not more than 5 students. A minimum of 2 students also is needed to form a group, a batch, and then give more importance on the applications of the theory already what we have performed, modify the existing laboratory standard operation procedures, go for a better communication and documentation and proper reporting, data collection and interpretation. All these things are very much important, which a student will be extensively learning and gaining during this 150 hours of practice school in 7th semester. And ultimately, they come out with a hard copy. It has to be submitted, which should not exceed more than 25 pages. The 3 copies have to be go for the evaluation, which is a non-university internal evaluation, which focuses on the subject knowledge, skills, and also there will be an evaluation team will be there from the college side. And ultimately, grade points will be awarded based on the performance, experience, and contribution of each candidate in a group. See, just for a reference, this is a model of a practice school which comes under the Department of Pharmaceutics. You can see the domain is nutraceuticals, and under domain we can see several module. So it is the guide and the students together have been decided under each module how many titles should be there and how many modules should be there. On an average basis, yes, 4 is okay. Even there is nothing wrong in reducing to 3 modules, and each module, considering the total number of investment of the time, we can consider how much time can be allotted. So here we can see 30 plus 50 plus 50 plus 20, total it became 150 hours. Here we could see a plethora of domains with all the departments. We can see pharmacognosy, pharmacology, pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmaceutics, even pharmacy practice, regulatory affairs, marketing. So there are different ideas which we can generate from department to department, domain to domain. We can extract as much as possible. There are some advanced domains also is available, which can be considered depending on the guide and the facilities which is available within the institution. Let's see how student of practice school is getting evaluated. Here we can see continuous mode, which is having 25 marks, and there is internal evaluation, which is having 125 marks. The continuation mode is comprising of regularity of this particular student, that is proper reporting of the student to the particular guide, and then skills, including communication. And as far as internal evaluation is concerned, here there is an award of 30 credits for the methodology, 25 credits for the presentation, that's the final presentation, and 25 credits for the knowledge, 20 credits for the final report submission, that is the hard copy, and ultimately in what way it has been outsourced the practice school, how it was beneficial for the society, how much presentations have been taken based on this particular practice school, any articles have been published. So these are the outcome of practice school. Based on that, the student will be evaluated, and in a format like this, there will be a directed. See, for example, here we can see 5 credits have been given for the regularity, 10 credits for the skill, and 10 credits for the communication skills specifically. And here we can see all comprising together. It is time for the submission of the practice school marks. Ultimately, I also would like to bring to a notice that there are certain wrong concepts about practice school. See, first of all, practice school is not just research work. It's a holistic approach of the entire work. Then comes the practice school is need not be connected to an elective subject. So that is, some miscommunications are going on, which has to be avoided. Then practice school is not pharmacy practice. Pharmacy practice is a department, while practice school is a program which comes under 7th semester. Then there is no need of connecting a practice school with a project work. It is not mandatory, but it will be good if you can connect with the project work, because this is a yearly system. It depends again on the guide and the rules and regulations of the college. I hope the tips and tricks of practice school was quite useful for you, and I'm sure you are going to do and perform practice school better, for which I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for your patient listening.